Hey guys, Jim Bounds at Motorhome Rehab Ranch, but most of you already know that. Come on over, let's talk. I've been working with the database trying to figure out updates. And one of the ones that everybody said they really enjoyed was about the late model window rubbers. All right. I reviewed that back and I needed to give an update on this video because at that time, co-op was open and we were selling all the parts, first of all. So to buy the parts, all right, here's what you need. Get a pen and paper. Put it on pause for a second. Go get a pen and paper. All right, you're back. On the video, I showed all the different parts that you needed to have and the tools. All right, the parts. The window rubber itself. Now, it is a unique window rubber. It is not on the shelf. It is made in production runs. Okay? Can't just buy 30 feet of it or whatever. And because it's a specialty thing, people have tried all kinds of different things to substitute. But the window rubber for a late model coach is available directly through Applied, Jim Katamata at Applied GMC, and Jeff Serum at Alex Serum GMC. That rubber I absolutely know fits. I've had people call and say, "Oh, it just won't work. It's the wrong rubber," and all this stuff. Well, I'm not there, and I can't say that it is absolutely the right rubber. But I can say that if you buy it from Jim K or you buy it from Jeff Serum, it absolutely is the right rubber. How do I know that? I know that. Trust me. Also, the vertical felt on the emollient bars in the middle of the windows, that vertical felt is the best that's on the market, has a black backing on it. The original stuff has a tan back on it. All right. When you buy the vertical felt and the rubber, buy them from one of these two dealers, and I know that they fit and they're correct. All right. Somebody says, "Well, I have a 23-foot coach. It's a Coachman. I have a 26. It's a 4-plan, this and that." Listen, here's what you need to get. If you get 38 feet of large rubber for it's called scrapers for the slider windows, and 38 feet of lock bead for the fixed windows, not lock bead, but window rubber for the fixed windows, you'll have enough no matter what coach you have. You'll have a little bit left over, but to be honest with you, unfortunately, the stuff will shrink. Okay, it will shrink. So to have a little bit of an extra isn't hurt at all. So by 38 feet of large rubber, 38 feet of small rubber, and 14 feet of the vertical felt. Now, the vertical felt is used on the inside and the outside of the window rubber, of the late model windows. The inside usually is in good shape. It's the outside that falls apart. And if you get 14 feet of vertical felt from Jim or from Jeff, it's the proper felt and it fits. Okay? Very, very important. All right. I also talked about trim black paint. We were using it from Worth. Very hard to get. C.R. Lawrence makes trim black, and it's very good paint. So as you search C.R. Lawrence, search trim black. Also SEM, SEM, makes it trim black. A lot of people make trim black. All right. So get 4 cans of the trim black from someone. All right. I wish I could say, yeah, just give me a call and we'll send it out. I don't do that anymore. I don't sell fish, but I'll tell you how to find fish. All right. So that's what this is about. All right. Talked about the green tape that sticks pretty good but doesn't pull paint off. Talked about the orange mask tape that won't pull off fresh paint. You'll need to get those from an automotive paint store, something like that. Online. I'm sure it's online, but the colors designate what it's for. So I would get some rolls, a couple of rolls of that. All right. Also, we talked about around the trim to use black RTV. All right. Again, go to C.R. Lawrence or to online that people sell C.R. Lawrence stuff and get their black RTV silicone. And I'd get 4 or 5 tubes of it. You'll find that. Also use it for the rear hatch to seal that, seal around the A-frame windows, around the windshield. It's good stuff. It's not silicone. Like, say, oh my gosh, not that silicone stuff. That's terrible. No, RTV is a silicone, but it is not the kind of silicone that really messes things up. Uh, if you cut the top of silicone off and it's got a real acidic smell, that's isotoxic. You don't want to use that. You want to use neutral cure silicone, RTV, just like the stuff they use in the water pumps. RTV silicone has adhesion and seal qualities. Regular acidotoxic silicone, it'll make the shape, but as you know, you can roll it off or peel it off. You don't want to use that stuff. You really don't want to use that stuff on anything. Back in the day, my painter would get really, really mad if there was if there was any acidotoxic silicone in the building because just the fumes of it will cause fisheye. Okay, so don't buy any of that stuff. If worse comes to worse and somebody says you need that, then use RTV. It'll cure up real nice. It's got a nice skin to it, right? So the parts that you need, they're still available even though that we don't sell. Make sense? Next thing, it is important to take the fixed window out and to clean out all that gup and pucky because all that's butyl tape and that holds the glass away from the frame where it sits. When you use black RTV to reseat that thing, it'll let the glass squish right down to the frame so it'll give you the largest gap between the frame and the glass to put in the rubber. The part that everybody says will wipe out your thumbs and all that. The way to make it easy is to reseat that window as flat as you can where it goes. Now, you also know that there's those little spacers that hold the window in place because Bubba and Scooter at the UAW had to be told exactly where that window went, at the top, the sides, and everything. You only need spacers at the bottom, and you can cut them to be 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 an inch long because when you go to put the rubber on there, going over the spacer is a little bit difficult. So make the spacer, because all the spacer's doing is holding the glass in place until the RTV cures. So cut small spacers, and you don't need them on the sides. You can look at it and tell you where you're at, okay? Use very, very small spacers to make it easy and get the window to squish right down onto that aluminum frame. Don't put so much sealant in there that it squishes out and makes a mess. Usually, talking to you guys, usually the first time you do it, the first window, you get the stuff all over everything. I understand. Don't do that. Just put just enough because when that window goes down and squishes down, it squishes the sealant out to the side. So just a little bit of it on that is more than enough to hold it in place. All right. These are things that over the last year and a half from that other video that I've answered to you guys that were doing the winter rubber. Is there a tool for it? To my knowledge, no. The tool is your mind, is to get used to just where you bend it and push it in. When you get that, you saw me on the video and it went right in. And everybody, that's not fair. You made it look so easy. It did kind of look that way. But the thing was, the window was in, it was flat against the frame. Okay. And I started it properly and bent it and it pushed it right in. It will work. Just got to get a knack. It's like bowling. You're not going to bowl a 200 game first one. All right, it's the same thing. Same thing as window tinting. You just got to get used to it. All right. I hope this helps some of you guys that have a late model. Late model windows have the outside rubbers, and the frame only has one split in it. You guys that have early style have 4 splits, and there are no rubbers. You guys know we've already talked about all this, but I just want to make sure that somebody fresh coming in here gets confused. Early windows are 73, 4, 5, and part of 6. Yeah. No, 3, 4, and part of 5. 76, 7, and 8 are the late model windows. Right? No, you can't buy any sliders for your entry door. Those aren't available, never have been available. We're hoping to have windows. I've got a ranch hand that has the capability of possibly making windows. So we're trying to do that. Bear with us on that. All right. It is not an impossible job. It can be done. Take it one step at a time, and it'll work. All right. Thanks. This video will end up in the database along with the original late model window rubber videos, so you can watch both of these at the same time. This will also show up on YouTube presently. Thanks for your time. If you're on YouTube, hit like and all that stuff. Give me a comment. Other things that I missed that you experienced in doing your late model window rubbers that you'd like me to tell other folks. Let me go. Comment. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time.